In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use Python to discover so-called hidden wireless networks. Okay, so why do I say so-called? Well, it is because in reality these are not actually truly hidden, because when network administrators activate a feature called hidden SSID, what they actually do is they don't add the SSID to the beacon frames. So a beacon frame, in simple terms, contains all the information about a network, and it is being transmitted periodically or broadcasted periodically for synchronization over the wireless network and for other purposes. So this is actually part of the infrastructure of wireless networks, and we won't get deeper into that. What I need to add here is that SSID is not only included in the beacon frames but also in probe requests and probe responses. So a hidden SSID is not actually a real way to truly hide a network. But like I said, some administrators actually still use it. Okay, now here's the outline for a potential attack that will help us find or help someone find a hidden SSID. I need to specify that for this work you need a wireless card that supports monitor mode, and you can get one very cheap for actually less than $10 online. Alright, so what is the scenario? Let's say a client is connected to a network with a hidden SSID. Now an attacker will wait for it to disconnect from the network, or the attacker can forcefully disconnect the client from the network using spoofed deauthentication. Now, the client disconnects and immediately tries to reconnect. One of the packets from these transmissions or from this traffic will contain the desired SSID. Now, let's actually get into the code, which is inspired by Bastian Ballman's great book, Understanding Network Hacks, which I really recommend. So we'll start from scapy.all import everything. We'll be using Scapy, and the first thing to do is to set a variable or to define a variable to the name of our network card that actually supports monitor mode. So let's say iFace equals VLAN 0. Then we'll define a function to output probe requests, association requests, and or probe responses. So probe requests, probe responses, or association requests. So let's actually say def h underscore packet, and it'll take up the parameter of a packet, and if packet dot has layer, so packet has layer dot 11 probe request, so I said probe request, probe responses, and association requests, or packet has layer dot 11 probe RESP, or packet has layer dot 11 ASSO rec, so association requests. In this case we'll simply print, and for this specific script we can we use, or it was inspired using Python 2. So print SSID identified, and then space, and we can say plus packet dot info. Alright, okay. Now we need to put our Wi-Fi adapter or our Wi-Fi card in monitor mode, and for that we use os.system. But for us to use OS, we need to import it first. So import OS, and then as you can see, as you know from previous videos, we can work with system commands using OS system, and in this case it's going to be iwconfig, not config, but config, and then plus iFace, so the name of our interface, which is VLAN 0, and then we need to specify mode monitor, so mode monitor. Then what's left is just to start sniffing and dumping packets according to the function we've just defined over here. So we can say print And since we're using Python 2, we can say sniffing traffic on interface space plus iface. And then actually start the sniffer with sniff on iface. So sniff is a method from Scapy all import all. So sniff is included from this import. So iface is going to be our iface or interface, which is VLAN 0, and the function prn, which I've told you about in the detailed video of Scapy, is going to be, so the function is going to be hpacket, the function we've just defined here. Once again, the prn argument in the sniff method in Scapy allows us to use functions for our sniffer. Alright. Now in this case, it will listen to network traffic using the interface or the device or the Wi-Fi adapter in monitor mode, and it will dump those packets defined as per our if statement in the hpacket function. So like I said, probe requests, probe responses, and association requests. And it will actually output the SSIDs found. As you can see, there's not much glamour to the code, just a bunch of commands sequenced or chained together. But yet again, it goes to show the power of Python, and most importantly, the flexibility and the large capabilities of Scapy, which probably deserves an entire course itself. Now let's save this, and if you have a Wi-Fi adapter that supports monitor mode, you can just simply plug it in and then run this script, and it will actually give you the hidden SSIDs that it identified. Now if you're eager to experiment and learn more, definitely check out the documentation of Scapy at scapy.net, as well as the book I recommended, Understanding Network Hacks by Bastian Ballman.